Surveillance is showing heavy Foot Clan activity.
They're taking hostages.
Let's rock and roll. Go!
This is our city! That's what I'm talking about! Like shadows in the night, completely unseen.
What was that?
It's a camera flash. Give me the camera.
Oh, look, he's doing his Batman voice.
Back off, Rat! Do not say a word about this to anyone. If you do, we will find you.
Yeah, we'll find you.
Shredder.
4 turtles, one's fighting a robot samurai.
Come on!
Why not?
You know, I grew up with Ninja Turtles. I loved the humor. I love the spectacle. So the most important factor for Ninja Turtles is that they are fun.
How are you?
We're ninjas.
Mutants. Well, technically, we're turtles.
Oh, and we're teenagers. But we can still have adult conversations.
These 4 guys want to do good. They want to help. They've been stuck down in this lair, staying away from human beings.
Guys, that girl. Dibs.
And they're ready. They are finally ready to go out and help make this city a great city again.
Let's rock and roll, boys. Let's go!
We fight as brothers.
Everybody sees themselves in one of the turtles, and it's a really brilliant way that they were put together.
4 turtles, one's fighting a robot samurai. Why not?
This is my first time working on a movie like this. It's been really fun.
Drive!
You're a talking turtle.
And you're a human nerd. Now that we got that out of the way, hit it.
I think what we bring is this chemistry and camaraderie and sense of humor that everybody will connect to on a very personal level.
Please keep your arms and legs inside the shell at all times.
We retain the humor and the charm, and we've been able to bring in the scope that big action movies of today have.
Grab on!
It's huge. I mean, it doesn't get better than that.
Anyone else see that?
Vern Fenwick works with April O'Neil, Megan Fox's character. He's her cameraman.
It is time to shed that pesky winter weight. And here with me today is celebrity fitness trainer Harley Pasternak.
He's seen some action, and now he's just covering these puff pieces, and all these, stories keep coming up about these vigilantes, and April is determined to find out what's going on and to get to the bottom of this story.
So they're aliens?
No, that's stupid. They're ninjas.
When April goes off and gets caught up in this and she uncovers the turtles and she starts helping them, I think Vern reluctantly helps her.
Drive!
You're a talking turtle.
And you're a human nerd. Now that we got that out of the way, hit it.
When she's a little in over her head, he kind of jumps on the ride and starts to help her and the turtles ultimately, hopefully, defeat the Shredder.
Come on!
4 turtles, one's fighting a robot samurai. Why not?
Like shadows in the night, completely unseen.
What was that?
It's a camera flash. By my calculations, it's a girl.
Oh, we gotta kill her.
What? April is willing to do whatever she has to do for what she sees as right.
Do not say a word about this to anyone. If you do, we will find you.
Yeah, we'll find you. I'm sorry, that came across super creepy, okay? We will find you, though.
April O'Neil is very determined. She feels like she has a lot to prove. Everyone doubts her, and you really get a sense that throughout the movie she wants to show people that there's more to her than meets the eye.
You're ninja, mutant, turtle, teenager.
When you put it like that, it sounds ridiculous.
Knock, knock, you about to get shell shocked. Knock, knock, you about to get shell shocked.
She ends up finding out that she has a closer tie to the turtles than she anticipated. She's initially tracking them as part of a story.
So they're aliens?
No, that's stupid. They're ninjas.
Dude. Woo! Check base, bruh. My bad, still figuring out the buttons.
That's what your father and I were trying to do.
Eric Sachs used to fund my father's experiments.
In this story, we find out who Sachs is and where he came from.
And you sort of learn he's working with Shredder.
The city will be ours, Master Shredder.
Shredder has incredible gadgetry on his suit. He's sort of a master of ninjutsu, but in addition, he has a kind of light armored mech suit.
My sons, I have trained you to protect the city above. But I fear you are not ready.
We're taking your armor to the next level.
It's cool to see how sinister Shredder is.
He's this supervillain. He has this powerful army so that he can take over the city, the world.
The Foot Clan, they're an evil crime ring. They're running rampant on New York City.
It's just epic. The villains and the fights and the action.
You know, all that bad guy stuff.
Motion capture is a process by which you take an actor's performance and translate it into a computer.
We're really acting these parts out, and then they're using this unbelievable technology to transfer what we've done and turn it into a turtle.
It's so nice to have a living, breathing human being there that will improv, that will switch things up, because you find really great things in those moments.
No, whoa, chill. It's just a mask. See? Don't freak out.
Being a turtle really came to life for us when we got to set, and then they handed us our shells to put on. When you put that shell on and you just feel that weight behind you and kind of the way it manipulates the way you walk, the way you move, it shapes and informs everything that you do.
Come on!
I love that I forget that the turtles weren't on set. I look at those shots and it feels real.
Surveillance is showing heavy Foot Clan activity.
They're taking hostages.
Let's rock and roll, boys.
3D was always in my mind on this film.
The techniques that we're using, improvements in software, rendering, makes a big difference. It gives us a lot of believability.
I think it has evolved in a cultural way. I think people demand that there is some real smart use of that 3D space.
What we try to do on this movie was frame a little wider, hold the shots longer, because when you don't let your characters break frame, you can bring them into negative space.
With the 3D aspect of the film, we did have some fun designing certain shots so that stuff did come out of the screen.
When you're designing a shot in 3D, you need to be thinking about the audience and where would the audience be and how do you want to emphasize certain things.
There's a moment with Splinter where he's taunting Michelangelo with some pizza. And we're very conscious about where we position that pizza so that it feels like the audience is actually going to be able to get a bite too.
I love the spectacle of 3D action sequences.
Dude.
You really get a chance to become immersed in the film.
Batter up!
Let's go!